What's up, you guys? In this video, I'm going to be discussing 5 important steps if you're thinking about moving to Tinley Park, Illinois. So if you're considering moving to Tinley Park, if you're from out of state, if you're from a different suburb that's kind of far away, if you're in Chicago in the city and you're looking to relocate, and there's just a lot of questions that you have.
It's very stressful.
That was a little over the top, sorry. But if it's stressful for you, I totally understand that. Moving is stressful, and a lot of times we do what's called analysis paralysis. We get too worked up with all the details, and then we just freeze. We don't make any forward progress. This video is designed to answer your questions so that you can feel more confident moving forward with your decision. So stick around to the end because you want to hear all 5 of these steps so that you enter this process with much more confidence, clarity, and empowerment. If you don't know who I am, if this is your first time on the channel, welcome. My name is John Sintich. I'm your go-to Chicagoland realtor in the South Suburbs, and I'm your guide to building wealth through buying and selling real estate. So step number 1 is going to be setting up an initial consultation, reaching out to me to help you get started with the process. If you're from out of state, if you're far away in a different suburb, we can do this via Zoom, Skype, whatever you're still using with regard to your video platform. If you're from out of state, this is often a preferable option. This is what I've done in the past with a lot of my relocation clients that are coming from whether it be California, New York, Louisiana, or if you're in the city, you're in Chicago and you don't want to commute to the suburbs, we can meet halfway. I don't really care. Getting face-to-face is phenomenal, but Zoom is the second best option, or FaceTime, whatever works for you. Zoom can be great because I can share my screen, go through all the visuals because I'm a visual learner. I like a lot of graphs, charts to help my little pea brain with some of these data, which can be kind of overwhelming. So what's going to happen in this consultation? I'm going to be learning all about what your needs are so that I can service you to the highest possible level. What kind of house you're looking for, what kind of property you're looking for. We're going to be building a relationship. This is a relationship business. I don't know about you, but if I'm going to have someone handle the biggest asset sale of my life, I want to make sure I like, know, and trust them first. And that's a big part of this step is let's make sure we're the right fit to go in business together. I want to be able to understand you, build a relationship with you because my clients, I care about what happens to them. I care that they get into a good house and they find a house that fits all their wants and needs. So this is a big step, is just building that relationship, building that rapport with one another so you can be honest with me, upfront with me, because honesty and clarity are the most important things when it comes to buying a house, because this is going to be a house you're living in for, 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 plus years. You want to make sure you're honest and upfront with your realtor so that they can help you to the utmost degree. Another very important piece of this meeting will be for me to teach you about Tinley Park and the surrounding suburbs if you don't end up in Tinley Park. I'm also an expert in the adjacent suburbs, Orland Park, New Lenox, Mokina, Frankfort, all these other areas. So I'm going to teach you about these suburbs, what's going on in these markets, what's the median sales price, how many days does a property sit on the market for, do I need to eliminate a sales contingency, do I have a sales contingency, what's the list to sales ratio, how much inventory is available? These are a lot of questions that I can just boil them down for you. So like I said before, you can have more clarity and confidence going into this process. Number 2 is we're gonna fill out a property wish list and get a search going. Now, my value to you as a realtor is not to set up a search for you in the MLS. Of course, that's part of what I do as a baseline service, but anybody can go on Zillow, Redfin, Trulia, all these property websites and find a house. Anyone can do it. If this is the only value that your realtor is bringing to you, they're not bringing you much value, because my value to you is obviously, yes, I can find you properties. You can also property search on your own, but I'm going to tell you, does this property make sense financially? Is it priced correctly, or is it way overpriced, or is it way underpriced? And why is it underpriced? Is there something wrong with it? What's going on with this property? I know a lot of the realtors that are selling homes in these areas. That's one of the big factors of working with a realtor that's a local expert, because we network with these other realtors. It's important to know, like, and trust these other realtors that are listing homes so that you know that this is a good person to do business with, and what they're saying, you can take it at face value. They're a trustworthy, honest person, and I'm vetting that person for you because I work in this area. I do lots of transactions in this area. It's another value that I can bring to you. So then we take your wish list, and then I tell you what's realistic in this area Are some of these things on your wish list just not really common in a lot of these homes, and it might be something you have to add on later? Are the things that are on your wish list, are they going to raise the purchase price of what you're looking for, or is it going to be a median sales price? Like, oh, I want a pool, I want a nice backyard, I want a fence, I want a fireplace. A lot of those things might fall within the median price range of a single family home in Tinley Park. That's what step number 2 is for, is to determine your wish list so that I can find properties for you and we can look for properties together that have all of these things that you're looking for so that you're happy and you're looking at properties that you actually want to buy. And I can also walk you through the price points. Price points are going to differ dramatically across the country. So if you're coming from California, you're probably going to be happy when you see the median single family home price in Tinley Park. Versus if you're coming from maybe Kansas or North Dakota, you might be a little bit perturbed when you see how much higher the median sales price is for a single family home. It's all relative, so you might have that baked into your perspective already. Like, yes, it's going to be more expensive in Chicagoland area if I'm coming from Kansas, or it's going to be way cheaper if I'm coming from California, New York, Florida, all these high price markets. Listen carefully to this. Neighborhood and location are going to have a dramatic impact on your purchase price. So it's important to work with a local expert that knows what areas of these suburbs cost more, cost less, and why they cost more and why they cost less. Step number 3 is we're going to start touring properties together. Whether you're 1 week, 3 months, 3 years out from purchasing a property here in Tinley Park, I can start touring properties with you or for you to help you get a better sense of what your money gets you out here in Tinley Park. My schedule is flexible, so if you want to come out here on a weekend when you're off of work, I can literally pick you up from the airport and we can go start looking at homes. Or if you want to arrange your own transportation, we can meet each other at the homes. That's pretty common. That's probably the most common way we go about touring properties together. Till we get to know each other a little bit more, then we might carpool, whatever. Or if you're comfortable doing that right off the bat, I'm totally comfortable with that too. If you want to take a few days off work and come in on the weekday and start looking at properties, we can do that as well. We can also do virtual showings, which is what I've done a lot of times in the past with some of my relocation clients. This is why it's imperative to work with, once again, a local expert that you've developed a relationship with and that you know you can trust them, because they're going to be out looking for homes on your behalf, and it's important to build that relationship so that they know what you like, what you're looking for, what makes sense for you, what your price point is, and they're actually in these homes looking at these things for you. That's part of my service. I can absolutely do that for you. If you want to tour a home while you're back home where you live and you can't make it out, I can set up a showing, I can hop on a FaceTime call with you, and we can just walk the property together while I show you on FaceTime. I've done this many times in the past. I can also just make a property tour video with my phone, upload it to my YouTube channel as an unlisted video so only you have access to it, and then you can watch it at a later date and call me with questions. Or we can watch it together on a Zoom call. We can get creative so that you can view these properties. And once again, if you're not comfortable buying something that you've just seen over Zoom, you can filter some of these homes through these Zoom showings, or these FaceTime showings rather. And then if you like it enough, you can schedule a second showing and come out and schedule a time to go see it in person. The market's slowing down a little bit at the time of this recording, and you might actually have time to maybe look at a property in a week. It might not be gone right away. This brings us to step number 4, which is unless you're purchasing a property with all cash, which great for you if you are, you can just fast forward this part because we're going to set you up with a lender. If you don't already have a lender that you like, know, and trust, I have a stable of mortgage brokers that are phenomenal at what they do. They're local experts, and they specialize in getting people the best mortgage product that fits their needs in the Chicago South Suburbs. Wow, my voice got really high there. I got very excited. Who gets excited talking about mortgages? Nerds. Here's the thing, people don't realize once you get under contract on a property, your lender has a huge role in making sure that loan gets approved on time within the time frame that's agreed upon in the sales contract with the seller. There needs to be a huge emphasis on the importance of a local lender that is organized, efficient with their communication, honest, upfront, answers their phone, that's a big one, and updates you frequently on what's going on with your loan from escrow to closing. And the lenders that I refer are ones that I've worked with before on many transactions that have proven to me that they can get the job done. They're phenomenal at what they do. You know, I've already gone through the headaches of working with crappy lenders on previous deals, and I've filtered them out so that I can work with the best ones that time in and time out get the job done. I've already done that work for you. Now, if you have a family member, a friend that you know is a rock star lender, you know they can get the job done, and you already know them, that's great. Absolutely, use them. You also want to make sure that you're pre-approved at a purchase price that's going to fall within a home that fits your wants and needs. You might think, hey, I'm going to be pre-approved for $500,000. and then you get pre-approved and maybe you're only approved for 300 or 250,000. Or maybe you think you can only get pre-approved for 250 and hey, look, you can actually afford 350 or 400. And you just don't know until you get pre-approved. So ironing that out up front with your lender is crucial to help make the process easier and will help you set expectations for your desired outcome. And then step number 5, I'm gonna walk you through the entire home buying process from A to Z. At first it can seem like a lot of information, but really you just need to be educated on the major steps before diving headfirst into the home buying journey here. The buying process varies across state by state, even from the city to the burbs. Like the buying process can be a little bit different in Chicago in the city versus buying out here in the Chicago South Suburbs, like Tinley Park. The inspection, for instance, like in Chicago, the inspection process is going to look a lot different for a high-rise condo. It's going to be a lot easier of an inspection, frankly, for a high-rise condo unit than a detached single-family home that you might buy out here in Tinley Park. You might use a radon test in your inspection in Tinley Park. You might not for your high-rise condo unit in the city of Chicago, or wherever else you're coming from. Attorney review might differ. Like in Illinois, we use attorneys for real estate transactions. Maybe where you come from, you might not use attorneys. So it's just a little bit nuanced and varied across states. So you want to be educated on every step in the process so you're not confused as to, oh, what, I need an attorney? I can recommend all those people for you, by the way, just like the lender. I have a lot of attorneys that I've worked with that are rock stars as well. Also, the appraisal process might vary from state to state. So you want to get educated on all of this so you're not like nervous and scared going into the process. To not know is to be afraid, and to be afraid is to make a rational decision. So just the more educated you are, the less scared you'll be, the less nervous you'll be, the more confident you'll be in your home buying decisions. Honestly, I'd be totally lying to you if I said I remove all the stress from the home buying process. It's just not possible. It's like me saying I'm going to serve you the best ice cream sundae you've ever had, and guess what? There's no sugar in it, there's no fat in it. It's actually a superfood. It's one of the most healthiest foods imaginable. The two just don't go hand in hand. You can't have delicious ice cream without unhealthy food products inside of it, and you can't have a home buying process without a little bit of stress and anxiety. It's your home. It's emotional. It's a big financial decision. It's a big asset sale, so it's going to be stressful. My job is to mitigate that stress as much as possible, decrease that stress as much as possible by educating you, empowering you with information so that you know what's coming. At the end of the experience, you've gained knowledge and wisdom that you can take forward into your next home buying process, whenever that should be. All right, guys, that's going to wrap up this video. 5 important steps to buying a home in Tinley Park. I hope you got valuable information from this video. If at any point in this video some of the content resonated with you, it made sense, you went, aha, oh, that's nice, I didn't know that. Feel free to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel for more helpful information. It'll tell YouTube I'm doing a good job. It'll start pushing my content out to more people that might need to see it and might benefit from it as well. As I said at the beginning, my name's John Sintich. I'm your go-to Chicagoland realtor in the South Suburbs, and I'm your guide to building wealth through buying and selling real estate. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great rest of your day.